Alrighty, let's talk about PES 2020 myClub managers and review. But before we do that, make sure to check out these videos right there, right there. If you check these videos that I uploaded, you will have a knowledge about choosing the best manager for you that suits your style. Just have a knowledge about the best formation and tactics, therefore, to know how to pick a good manager that suits your style and your team. So without further ado, I'm just gonna quickly so if you don't know, when you come to contract and then select managers, manager list is different for everybody unless there are some sort of special campaign or a agent. Manager list gets updated every 8 hours for UK time, GMT plus. It's going to be 5 p.m., 9 a.m. and 1 a.m. unless the clocks go backward. So each time you check with these hours, the list gets changed. However, I'm not happy about the fact that manager tactic is based on the club. Like for example, Chelsea tactic has been exactly the same when there was Mourinho, when there was Conte, when there was another guy. So it's exactly the same. I don't like that. I don't believe tactics should be based on the club, because every manager comes in. Sure, they will, compensate their tactic. They will adjust it based on the players they have in that club. But every manager has different tactics. So I don't agree with that, because we spend coins on managers. If you spend GP, that's our time. So I'm super unhappy about that. And plus, when they update the list, it's not like majority, 60% of the managers are exactly the same. But I'm grateful the fact that they did some changes. For example, if a manager formation changes in real life, plays a different formation, it will get updated on myClub as well. So one thing I can tell you guys, just because a manager is famous, it's known in real life, doesn't mean it's going to be good on myClub as well. It just depends on the tactics and etc. So again, if you watch these videos, you will understand. A perfect example of 4-2-3-1, I usually only use this formation as my second assistant coach manager. And while we're on the subject, most of you who doesn't know how to apply an assistant coach, first of all, you have to have more than one manager. And what you do, if you select R1, second tactic, I have Simeone. However, when you select your second tactic, different managers have different instructions. For example, Pep Guardiola is position, frontline pressure, aggressive, but his second instructions, it's AOD. So if I choose assistant coach, the second assistant coach, it will take the assistant coach's second tactic. If I hit here, if I go 3, then it will pick the manager's main. So once you hear, obviously you just press square when you hovered over the manager, change assistant coach. If you don't know. If you know, then good. Remember, a lot of people doesn't know. So if you know, that's good. So yeah, I usually use this formation as my defensive option when I'm leading, 2-0 minute 70 to manage the game. But at the moment with myClub, after minute 70, things go really fucking mad. It's the algorithm, I play all online. If you watch my stream, these kind of situation, and I upload the video about it. So I avoid this formation at this point. If you're leading, like I would say, if you're good with this formation, look for this formation with frontline pressure, aggressive, possession wide. If you're using this formation as your second tactic, as a game management, when you're leading, you want to switch to it as a defensive option, then make sure it's defensive style, all-out defense, and counter wide attack. Because this formation is mainly for position, yes, and when it's wide, it's much better. 3 at the back, avoid that, man. I mean, unless those 3 wingers can come central, where you can go 3 CF or shape it into 3-5-2. Otherwise, 3-4-3, yeah, sure, will dominate a lot of formations on myClub, especially the diamond formation. But you have to be really good with this. And at the moment, before the big October update, obviously I'm going to make another video updating how formation and tactic works after the big October update. But this is based on the current patch, the release patch, before the big October update and data pack 2. In my opinion, 3 at the back, I've tested them all live against humans. When I test things, I play against humans. I use ranked matches. I don't do it against the computer because it's different. Like when the game came out, I could have put out 10 tutorials, with fancy arrows, how to defend with L2. That goes out of the window in myClub. Right now, defending is pretty much just select a center back and press square most of the time. So if you're using 3 at the back and you are frontline pressure aggressive with high defensive line, against 4-3-3, which most likely you get matched against the unless it's Diamond, Santos, everybody goes superstars in a 5-star team, fast players, you will get absolutely smoked. In my opinion, 3 at the back AOD works out better. And my favorite formation is 3-5-2 or 3-4-3 with narrow SS. Luis Enrique is pretty solid, but remember, like as I said, I don't want to go into details of these because, as I said, if you watch these videos, you will know if a manager suits you. If you don't have fast defenders, don't go for a manager with high defensive line, or don't go for frontline. If you don't have fast players, make sure your defensive line is deep, or your defensive styles all-out defense. If your position, make sure to sign a position manager. But right now, counter works depend on the formation. A lot of people, like, if you see somebody using Santos, doesn't mean if you're going to use him, you're going to be as consistent. Because squad builder is important. I will have a video about that. While we're on the subject, comment down below which manager and formation you guys wanted to see squad builder and tips for squad builder as well. In a diamond formation currently on myClub, it works when it's counter center, okay? Position wide for a diamond, unless you are super good, then that's fine, that's exceptional. Otherwise, position and wide diamond, nah, I would not go for it. So again, this is just a simple example. Obviously, after the big live update, October patch, I will update you guys with most recommended managers. Also, if you check the link in the description, if you join my Discord, I post the most recommended managers as well. Currently, these are my managers. I signed Pep Guardiola week 1 when the game was released. I can have AMF. The current Pep, if he shows up, is probably 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3 flat. Remember, 4-3-3 flat without AMF is a holding 4-3-3. You got to be patient with it. So with Pep Guardiola, yeah, if you like attacking wide, if you like position, Pep can work out really fine, man. And then probably you guys asking, hey, what advanced instructions do I use with Pep? What advanced instructions do I use with Klopp? If you watch that video regarding advanced instructions, you should know which advanced instructions to use and when to use it and when not to use it, depending on the formation and a tactic and the players you have and your style of play. What's your weakness? What's your strength? Zidane, in my opinion, Zidane's tactic suits 4-2-2 greatly. I went on a 12-win streak with it. I know at the moment the big deal about Klopp with 3 strikers. Now, 3 strikers, OP, we always see it. Playing down the middle with quick passing, it's like unstoppable in a way. We see it in a professional level as well. In my opinion, 3 CF without AMF is not that effective unless you are really good. There is another manager called An Huyen, which I'll review it in a second. Usually with Klopp, when I do, I use anchoring on both strikers on the flank and make them CF and use counter target on them. That's basically a little bit of an advanced tactical approach. If you're not that good, it may not work out for you. I'm not saying I'm great, by the way. And the defensive option with Klopp, really, one of my viewers on the stream recommended it, Valereto. Against Santos, if I'm leading 2-0, I just go 3 DMF, and that's it. It's kind of almost a lockdown. But you got to have a wide option. Don't panic. If you get matched against Santos a lot, the most 3 formations that I will talk about it in my formation domination video very soon. Against the diamond, against Santos diamond, I mean, it's kind of ruining myClub, man. The aggression is unbelievable. The current algorithm of myClub is all about aggression and bypassing the midfield and literally just turn, shield, pass, run, shoot. Pretty much, most of the time. And you would think a manager with such aggression and high defensive line, and when they use gegenpress, when the team is all over you, you would think if you keep a little bit of a position, you will find spaces to counter them. But most of the time, you're on the ball, you can see a player coming at you 5 meters ahead. And, you know, even when you wrong foot him and dribble him, he just barges through you and get the ball off you most of the time, especially if you're not leading. So against the diamond, 3-4-2-1, 3-5-2, and 4-4-1-1, which in PES is more like 4-2-2. So against Santos, if you're struggling, just make sure to have assistant coach that is 4-2-2. And play with LMF and RMF a lot. Switch from right back to LMF, switch from LMF to the right back, or switch from right back to RMF, or switch from LMF to RMF. You gotta overload one side, switch to the other to frustrate the Diamond Santos, and chances will open up. So any of these managers here, I have 100% recommended. Some of them may not have a photo or have a fake name on your list, but now you know Pep Guardiola, Man City manager. I've had a great run with Gasperini, honestly. I mean, I dominated high-rated players as well. What I use my squad with Gasperini, LMF and RMF on myClub, really, they are outward players. They don't act like RWB and LWB. And at the moment, because everybody's got fast players and the current gameplay algorithm and the coding, you gotta you gotta make sure your LMF and RMF do track back. Like I use fullbacks as LMF and RMF. Ideally with fullbacks who have pinpoint crossing. Kimmich, beautiful. I use wingback and I use counter target on one strikers and probably defense. I don't really go at the moment with this current patch. Orchestrators seems to be working very well. I remember somebody was laughing at me using orchestrators as a DMF. Who's laughing now? So that is the formation. If you like 3 at the back, Gasparini definitely recommend it, but make sure it's the one with AMF. Thomas Tuchel, again, I signed him week 1. You can have AMF. The current one, it does not allow AMF. If those center midfielders are not above the center line, they can be turned into AMF. This is the manager with 3 CF and an AMF, but the defensive instruction is terrible. Low compactness and wide containment is to avoid. No matter what you do, double DMF, use hand cannon on them, use players with interception, you will get caught on the ground through balls. The defensive tactic is a little bit better, which is AOD conservative and center containment with a little bit of a higher compactness, and counter wide could be a little bit sweaty as well. You can use hand cannon on those 2 strikers. It could be very effective. Now, his name on your list, it is still Kunine, but probably you wouldn't have a photo if you don't have an option file. Lopez Caro, honestly, if you don't have fast players and you're not sure what manager to go for, I would definitely recommend Lopez Caro. But I think currently Lopez Caro is a diamond. So if a diamond doesn't suit you, I personally don't like a diamond because I like to have a white option when I need to. Otherwise, Lopez Caro's instruction is great. You've got, medium to deep defensive line, your AAD, your counter and center. And Fusati's pretty decent as well, by the way, if you like position. I've tried a couple of times on my Road to Glory account, which is going to be on YouTube very soon. So again, if you check the link, there's a link for Discord. I posted the most recommended managers after testing them. Of course, it's on Discord on the manager hype section. You'll be able to know which managers to sign, which managers you need. And this is currently my squad builder with Klopp, but I'm gonna get into squad builder with another video. Don't want to make this video very long. And currently I am rocking with Gasparini. We managed to reach 900 rated. Yep. And again, man, it's not all about having a 18 superstar team. It's all about a balanced team. Like I'm using Zaniolo here. I'm using a gold ball here. I can super duper the squad with putting Messi there, or many other options, by the way. And I have a 1-star team for Sim. I have a 1-star team for Sim. I think currently we're all rank 40 or something. I have a 2-star team, I have a 3-star team, but currently with this mess, like I don't know if there's a problem with P2P, with the since they added that latency feature, which I like. It seems to be finding matches takes very long, especially when you restrict it. But I'm gonna keep my 3-star team because the 3-star and 2-star team gameplay is slower. You can try different managers. You're not gonna get matched against a bunch of same style of play and just quick high pressing pressure horn pace horn gameplay in a 5-star team. So I'm gonna keep my 2-star 3-star team unless after the latest patch in October, if it still takes too long to find an opponent in 3-star, then I guess I'm just gonna stick to 5-star. So let me know what manager you are using, which manager you are more successful with, what advanced instructions do you use. Comment down below. If you have any question, again, just comment down below as well. If you find this very useful, make sure to share it on whatever you like. Get the word out. I am pushing right now, hopefully. Want to get back on YouTube, Kansas Stanley. Hopefully we get that 100 subscriber soon. That will be a greatest achievement. Appreciate it, guys. I'll see you next time. Be safe. Ciao for now.